Oppo has planned to sell 100 million smartphones in 2016. Though it didn't implement what had been planned. The company is the second brand after Huawei in China. The latter has sold 139 million units, while our hero sold 95 million devices. This mistake should be corrected in 2017. Oppo has announced something like this. But what's more interesting, everyone believes in Oppo. Not in vain, this company has already managed to convince it is capable of doing real tasks. Moreover, there is the Oppo R9, a great selfie-centric smartphone sold in 20 million units. It has occupied 4% of Chinese smartphone market, and this is the best result. Thus only this handset can take the company higher. But anything good should have its continuation. So the Oppo R9 does. A few months back the company has announced the successor to its most popular smartphone dubbed as the Oppo R9S. This story is about the latter. The Oppo R9S sports a 5.5-inch Full HD screen protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 5, Snapdragon 625 CPU, 4GB RAM, 64GB ROM, 3010 mAh battery, and fingerprint scanner. This part of the specs list sounds regular. But as I said above, the selling points of this device is the front camera. The Oppo R9S comes with a 16MP front camera with f/2.0 aperture. There is also a 16MP camera module on the back. The latter comes at f/1.7 aperture, PDA, 1/2.8. Sensor size, 1.12 micrometers pixel size, and it's capable of recording 4K videos at 30 FPS. Say the camera modules are what we need nowadays. Unfortunately, this phone has not been included in the list of the best Chinese smartphones in eyes of foreigners. Well, I guess you have heard much about this phone. So let's look at the statistics. It turns out the Oppo R9S was sold over 3 million units in January 2017 only. Can you forecast how many units will be sold in 2017? If taking into account Oppo is an absolute leader in Chinese smartphone market with 78.4 million sold units, the Oppo R9S sales will rise exponentially. I mean, the company has aimed to sell 100 million and occupied 16.8% of Chinese market. This year their plans go further. So the market share should be bigger. Moreover, Oppo is an absolute leader in the Chinese market in terms of AMOLED smartphones. It has sold 36.7 million units with AMOLED screen. If you remember, the company has announced the red version of the Oppo R9S. It looks stunning, and as this model comes with better features, we can predict better sales numbers. This statement is based on a news that the black Oppo R9S will become available overseas very soon. First, the black Oppo R9S is going to launch in Taiwan. It should be introduced by Yoga Lin, a Taiwanese mandopop singer. Thereafter, we are waiting for this phone in the States. So how many units the company wants to sell this year?